Assalamu alaikum, bro. I know you're frustrated. You're frustrated because you keep forgetting Qur'an. You feel like you're taking one step forward and two steps back. We've all been there. I've definitely been there, right? But don't worry, I got you covered, inshallah. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips that bi'idhnillah, if you implement them, if you really implement them and you are consistent, inshallah, you will never ever have to worry about forgetting the Qur'an again. Okay? I got you. Let's get right into it. So listen up, man. I've been memorizing the Qur'an for about 10 years almost now, right? I've been on this journey with the Qur'an for going on 10 years. It's a long time, okay? And throughout my journey, I have forgotten the Qur'an several times, guys. And I know how frustrating it is. And forgetting the Qur'an, guys, has many factors, right, that contribute to why we forget the Qur'an. But what I've found, 9 out of 10 times, it comes down to one single thing. And that is poor review habits, right? Our muraji'ah is da'ifah. It's very weak, right? We don't have good practices when it comes to reviewing. So now, guys, I am going to share with you 3 techniques that I have implemented in my life and that have improved my journey with the Qur'an. It has improved my relationship with the Qur'an and being able to hold on to what I have memorized. And I'm sure that if you guys implement these as well, that you will no longer have this issue of forgetting massive amounts of Qur'an after you memorized it. And all of these techniques that I'm going to mention are very simple, but they require one thing: consistency. That's the one thing that we have to do that will make all of this work. Okay, so let's get right into it. Number 1, review first. So up until recently, what I used to do is I would prioritize my memorization, right? I would do my memorization first. So I'd like to memorize my Qur'an in the morning because, you know, when I wake up, that's when your brain is the freshest, right? So I would always memorize in the morning, and I would tell myself that later on in the day, that's when I would do my review. While that's all well and good, what I would find very often would happen is life, right? Life happens, the day gets busy, you get tired, things come up that are unexpected. And then next thing you know, because you have already memorized this portion, you think that if you push it off, it won't be that bad. You can just do it tomorrow. But if this becomes a pattern, then when you go and you actually sit down and try to review this part that you memorized before, you realize that I don't have it anymore. And it's one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. So that's tip number 1. Do your review first, because the more you memorize, you start to realize that the review is the most important. And also, memorizing is, you know, it's more exciting. It takes more energy. It can kind of wake you up if you're tired. But review, because in your mind, you think like, I already have it. So, you know, you don't exhaust it. For me anyway, you guys let me know in the comments if you agree or not. You don't have to be super energized and super attentive to be able to review. So if you're in a tired state while you're reviewing, it's more likely that you'll get very lazy and you can doze off and you can be overtaken by your sleep. I'm not telling you guys to push off your memorization for later in the day, but at the end of the day, just make sure that you get the review out of the way first and then start your memorization. And number 2, guys, create an audio routine. Pick a reciter, put yourself on a program. So the way that I implement this today is that on my free time, quote unquote, meaning like when I'm in the gym, when I'm doing tasks that don't require brain focus, right? So when I'm in the gym doing my workout, I'll put in my headphones and I'll pick a specific portion of the Qur'an to listen to. Typically, I'll choose the juz or a surah in which I feel like is not that strong in my memory, and I'll put it on repeat. So what you guys can do, you can do the same on your commutes back and forth. Normally you might listen to a podcast, or what you can do instead is listen to the Qur'an, and you can use that time as a benefit for you in your process or in your journey of memorizing the Qur'an. And number 3, last but not least, read from the Mus'haf every single day. First of all, this is something that all Muslims should be doing, not just students of the Qur'an, not just students who are memorizing the Qur'an. Every Muslim should be reading the Qur'an every single day. But especially us as students of the Qur'an, right? We need to be reading from the Qur'an every single day. No matter if you've memorized the whole Qur'an, you should always be reading from the Mus'haf. It's a very laid back way of reviewing, right? You're not consciously reading the Qur'an so you can say I'm reviewing it. No, you're just reading the Qur'an, but at the same time, it's a form of review because you're reinforcing what you've already memorized. So do at least, I would say for students of Qur'an, at least you shouldn't go less than 1 juz a day. May Allah give us the tawfiq to stay consistent with this. It's a very subtle way of reinforcing what you've memorized. Okay, guys, so these are the 3 techniques that I have for you guys. I'm positive that if you implement all 3 of these things on a consistent basis over a good period of time, I can almost promise you and guarantee you that you will not be forgetting the Qur'an like you have been. That's what I have for you guys. I pray that Allah makes you and me and all of us from the people of the Qur'an, and that He gives us tawfiq in learning His book and learning its meanings and implementing them and living and building our life off of the things that we learn from the Qur'an. Allahumma ameen. I'll see you on the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.